Cora. We're here at the humble abode of Ptaks Leaupepe, and we're just here. We're just here as he prepares for his upcoming football game as he plays for the Metro Raiders as their captain, their starting linebacker, and also their key inspiration and mentor. So I found him. So he's right here. I'm getting ready for the game. Not only mentally but spiritually. Peter, please tell us how you prepared for the game.
Not much. Just kind of
yeah, a little bit. Sometimes I think about it, but not that much.
No.
Just in terms of pre-match grub, pre-match fuel, what tends to nourish your rig?
Just the thrill of the game. I'm kind of being prepared for it.
Do you eat before the game?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, okay, tell us a little bit about this pre-match diet. Take it away.
It's not really much. Just something a little small to snack on, and hopefully, because if I eat too much, then I might get a bit heavy in the game, eh?
Wow, that's so brave. That's so brave. Could you please tell me a little bit about just how you still started thinking about what it was? Pre-match song that you like to sing to amp yourself up.
Yeah, like that football chants. Are we ready?
Yeah. Can you just sing it? Solo version.
Yeah.
Look at the camera. Just sing it just for them. Don't be shy, man.
Ready. We are.
That's me. That was crazy.
I lost on it.
Pick it up a bit more slowly, bro. Just for this. So as we take this long, tumultuous and long-awaited drive to the game, what are the thoughts going through your head?
Just how I'll execute my plays, seeing how my teammates will work out. Hopefully get a few good hits on them, and just going through plays, simple stuff.
Yeah, okay, nice. Anyways, being one of New Zealand's resident icon celebrities, what is it like playing football against people who are not only subscribers, followers and fans, but also investors in the Ptaks business?
Nah, I don't think they are fans. I think they're just human beings, eh? Just playing the game that we like to play.
So they're not fans. They're not fans. They're just human beings.
But they're
So in terms of any advice for any young football players, how should they approach such a Saturday morning game?
Calm, easy. Try not to tense up too much. Just go over the basic things. Hopefully the bigger picture will follow.
So the old writers claimed that in terms of embellishing or improving New Zealand's education, you can use young influencers and Instagram icons such as yourself, Ptaks.Fortnite, to improve the quality of education through posting edgy, slightly inspirational quotations and bios. Take it away.
Yeah.
I like that, and also just as you were answering that question, we've had another question coming from Terry. Now Terry is 17 years old, and he said, "Hey Ptaks, been following you since the 1980s, really big fan of your music and your content. There's this girl called I've got a really big crush on her," he says. "How do I get to conversate to this lovely lass?"
I reckon just talk to her first as a friend, and then obviously with that, see what openings you can dive yourself into.
When's our pre-match round? Alright, what field is this?
So like the main thing?
Yeah, what's it called?
I don't know what it's called.
Okay. So we're at the home turf of the Metro Raiders and their upcoming matchup with the South Auckland Raiders. We've got an eventful day for you lined up today. A couple of interviews with members of the Metro Raiders, who are the heavy favourites heading into today's game. We do have Ptaks for some last comments before he goes into his team environment. Ptaks, get over here. Alright, so you're quoted as saying that you're not coming out here to make friends. This is what you just said before. You're not coming here to make friends, you're coming here to make enemies and get the cake.
Nah, I'll just give it to Willie. I really want that W. It's revenge as well. This guy sets me up. I'm coming back.
I was sitting in my car, listening to my favorite song. Life was going breezy until you came along. Be the first to say that I admit when I was wrong. Think about the way you look and the loving in your eyes, the way you act around me.
So they're showing that they can move in coordinated progressions and hold some nice rhythms there. A scare tactic, an interesting one, but a scare tactic nevertheless. So I think the boys from Metro Raiders over here are looking a little bit worse for wear. They're not happy, they're not loving it. Ryan, what's your take on the big game today against our South Auckland Raiders?
It's a good feel today. You know, good to see how the team chemistry is going on, and good to see how our players are running out. This is a new playbook this year, so it'll be interesting how we go.
Our South Auckland Raiders there were employing some scare tactics. They did a bit of a dance routine. What's your take on that?
Don't be scared, just go at it. Just go at it.
Go at it. Yep. And what was your pre-match routine? You look intimidating, fella. I don't want to run straight to you, but how have you filled yourself for today's game?
I'll be expecting.
Pray to the Lord. I like that. All the best, mate. Alright, let's get the cheddar.
Shake that off for a second.
I'm tryna catch a wave, man, I've been wavy. She make it pop while I sip daily. Fine wine, but her skin Baileys. I tell her rub up on the ting, baby. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Rub up on the ting, baby. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Man, I've been wavy. I swear, all we do is win lately. Now we pull up in a Mercedes. Ooh, white like I'm Slim Shady, yo, yo, yo. Girl, you know it's all your choice.
Final 20 odd seconds to go. It's been a bit of a tough slog this game, but it's a 2-0 lead to the Metro Raiders over the South Auckland Raiders. And look, I'll give you some fresh oil here. It's looking like this is a bit of a signed, sealed and delivered result. It's it's been a bit of a defensive juggernaut performance here from both sides. Neither offense really able to get going. Haven't seen a pass completion yet, but look, outstanding defense from both sides, and I think a fair result at the end of the day. I think the old Metro Raiders have just been too good on the defensive side of the ball, but the safety is the difference. So 2-0 win it's looking like. Maybe they can get a touchdown here, who knows.
It's hot! It's hot! Pass! Get him!
Touchdown. There we go. 9-0. Only the one touchdown completion today, only the one touchdown of the game. One pass completion, one touchdown. How's that for some stats? Ptaks defensive MVP of the game with 4 tackles, 3 tackles for loss and a sack, and a forced fumble. So a good performance there from the man with the plan, the defensive captain. And then Shepherd with an MVP-esque performance there. Running back, wide receiver, whatever you need him to be, fills the role. And he walks away with a touchdown and 70 yards on the rush, so can't go too wrong with that. Alright, Well done, Ptaks, on a solid 9-0 victory. Going into that final quarter there, things were looking a little bit tough, a little bit tentative and a little bit stressful, I'll tell you that for free. What got the boys over the line?
I guess just that hunger to win. We were in the lead, and that ultimately led us to proceeding to a victory. So yeah, first of all, I just want to take this opportunity to thank the man upstairs.
You're very humble and very graceful there, Ptaks. You did come away today with 4 tackles for loss, a sack, and a forced fumble. What inspired this performance today?
Just
the cameras.
Just because I kicked last year. I got pretty smashed by these guys. So yeah, just wanted to make a comeback, and it was a good one. Happy with my performance.
We've got 2 more questions. While that game was going, you actually picked up an additional 100,000 followers on Instagram, and one of those followers, actually they slid into my DMs to ask you a question.
Billy!
You come to the interview, Billy. And they said, how do you inspire a group of young people to work together in a cohesive yet benevolent environment? And they actually asked you, so take it away.
You know, man, it's kind of hard, man. Like they were dirty, right? But like, it's can't be hard.
Exactly, and the Lord shall prosper. Look, if they're dirty, I'm going to advise them to shower. But look, we do have a prize for you as our MVP of today. You get a month subscription to the shed.
Thanks. Thank you.
All right, any last words to your new 100 million followers?
Yeah.